Now, the reason I haven't talked about Halo for such a long time is because there simply is no Halo news to talk about. After Season 1, it has practically just dried up in terms of content. And this is why it's ended up in the news today, because we've actually had some commentary back, but it was in the forms of Reddit. So 343 released Halo as a live service game with seasons and battle passes, except after Season 1 we've seen diddly squat. And this has been my issue with Halo. I really enjoyed their implementation, just there's nothing new coming in whatsoever, which kind of goes against the grain of what live service is all about. So as you can imagine, people are fairly impatient at this point. So there was news today, but it was more news on why there has been no updates and what's going on in terms of 343. And it came from the community director, Brian Jarrett. And I actually found it quite surprising that he decided to actually reply to a post, because generally when your game is put in negative light, anything that is put on Reddit is usually kind of swallowed up and has quite a negative surrounding on it. So someone put a post up saying he really wished 343 would just acknowledge the fact that they've got internal issues and this is what's causing them to have all these delays on the features of the game. And up piped Brian Jarrett and basically said, there are indeed a lot of challenges and constraints. We're certainly not happy to be unable to meet player and community expectations. It's a difficult situation that's going to take team time to work through. Right now the focus is on Season 2 and we'll have more to share on that in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, a lot of production planning, costing, planning, hiring, etc. is all happening, which really doesn't lend to detailed regular updates. We understand the community is simply out of patience and frankly I think understandably tired of words. We just need some time for the team to get the details sorted and then we can certainly share as much as we can. And as you can imagine, there was a huge amount of backlash to this. So one guy put, bro, no offense, but how does your studio of hundreds of developers struggle to put out new maps, new modes and cosmetics? Another saying, how after 5 months post-launch are still things in the hiring and planning phase? Am I reading this incorrectly? And lastly, another good one, typically plans and projects are planned for things that will be delivered months and years ahead. There's no way that things that are still being planned will be delivered anytime soon. How did this happen? Though off the back of this, there isn't that much information on what's actually going on inside of 343. But judging by the fact that they are talking about hiring and stabilizing the team, I'm presuming that they've had a lot of leavers. And that usually suggests that there's a lot of internal discourse inside of the project. And there was one brilliant comment that I read, and I saw this actually ages ago when it first came out and I was looking for the Slayer playlist. And they said, the very instant a community manager stated that the team was looking into the feasibility of a Team Slayer playlist, I knew that this game was seriously fucked. And I mean, this is a really good point. Like, I don't understand how putting in playlists how they can make it so complex. It's simply just a rotation of maps and then assigning a mode to it. I mean, even at this point, even if it was buggy, it didn't quite work out, having something is better than nothing. Like, just iterate again. This is the whole point of a live service, that they're able to just swap in maps and playlists, at a whim's notice, so that there's constant new stuff for us to play around with. But yeah, at the moment, the whole situation is really shit. The Season 1 isn't going to end till May, and if you're looking for Forge, well, that's not coming out to Season 3. And I got to be honest, because we haven't even seen Season 2 at the moment, I don't expect we'll see Season 3 for a very long time just yet. But there you have it. That is the update on Halo. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will give you more updates when I know more on this.